next on No Strings.
Pete Sampras, definitely one of the best players of all time. All you have to do is look at his record.
Wimbledon titles, didn't he have like 10 or 15 or 20, something like this?
I always thought he'd probably be a top 100 player in the world, but we never dreamed that he'd go on to be, I think, arguably the greatest player to ever play the game.
I think he's right up there with Rod Laver.
When he's playing at his best, he's unstoppable.
Some of the Agassi matches are so good, you sit kind of mesmerized.
He's always brought out the best in me.
You gotta be very special to get on my jet.
All right, dudes, we're going to the cockpit.
And we're here. You might know that guy on the phone right there. Show is over.
It's only just begun.
This is Pete Sampras, and you're watching No Strings.
Dallas, Texas. Two of the tennis world's elite are facing off for bragging rights.
It was a great turnout, 8,000 people packed it in.
Andy Roddick is one of the game's rising stars. But this exhibition match may mean as much to Pete Sampras as any Grand Slam.
I'm not big into doing a lot of charities in front of TV cameras. It's more about what's important to my heart, and that's why I did it.
I met Pete probably 12 years ago. You know, he won the Open when he was 19, and I think it was 1990. And then he went for over a year without winning a tournament. He was really struggling, and I said, I would strongly suggest that you call Timmy up and maybe have him come down, and maybe you guys could have a little trial workout to see how you get along and go from there.
With Tim Gullikson at his side, Pete Sampras became a superstar.
Tim, very close friend, great coach, and to see what he went through just tore me up.
Tim was diagnosed with brain cancer in 1995.
Tim, you know, the ultimate coach, basically said, I want to help other people. So that was the kind of the genesis of the foundation. And I would like to say a huge thanks to Pete. You know, Pete's not only been our spokesman, but he's also by far been our biggest fundraiser as well.
I just promised him before he passed away that, you know, I'll do whatever I can do to help out his family, help out the charity.
I really like to thank this crowd. I walked out here with some of the best feelings I've had.
Tom's obviously someone that I'm close to, and you know, with schedules being pretty hectic, it's tough to find time. We found a good day to do it.
I used to stand like I was playing a righty on the return.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I give up the backhand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Tim just said, stand over more.
And you stood at an angle more,
Stood at an angle more, and then
Much
I
more of
took
an
away
angle.
the best serve.
And you improved your backhand return
Yeah,
about
improved my backhand
1,000%.
It's still got to be open for the slice, but yeah, maybe more like this.
Slightly.
Not like that.
Right.
Not like that, and then that's about all there is to it.
Here's Sampras, very shy, almost painfully shy. Tim really brought Pete out in a way. You know, Pete really enjoyed being around Tim. Tim was like his entertainment value.
There's your pilot, huh? Is that your pilot?
Is there a gate we can go through?
I think people that see me on TV just see the kind of the tennis player, just because I'm focused and pretty much to myself. But off the court, around the guys that I know I'm comfortable with, playing golf, whatever, I'm a needler. I'll dish it out and just kind of have fun with it.
How'd you do?
Oh, I lost to this young punk. It's all right. I'll get him when it counts, No, sorry, man. Were you selling that?
No, it's for me. You personally, you put my name on. Why did you say it?
It was funny. I mean, these guys hang around the airport just waiting for celebrities, and I got caught with one of them.
Make him tell us if they're a big fan of who won French Open this year. Thank you.
Yeah.
He had no idea anything about who I was. He just had a picture of me that he probably wanted to sell on eBay or something. These guys that want to make a few bucks.
Who won the French Open this year? Come on, you're not a tennis fan if you know who won the French Open. Who won the Australian Open? Oh, man, you're not a tennis fan.
He didn't know any results. Didn't know any his ass from his elbow about tennis.
Name one former Wimbledon champion.
It's getting to be where the only thing exciting to watch is the Venus.
Venus? What's so exciting about that? You know the result before they even. What's so exciting about watching Venus? You guys are league.
He's one of the less understood people of a major quality, of that star caliber in sport.
It's a little cheesy.
Pete Sampras absolutely is the greatest player of all time.
I think he's the best player ever. I really do, with or without a French Open title.
Tom Gullikson's brother played a major role in Pistol Pete's success.
It was a beautiful relationship that went way beyond player-coach.
Definitely there's not a day that goes by I don't think about him. I mean, it's definitely still wake up some days and still can't believe he's not here.
Okay, we got 3. Who's the other? Is there 4?
I thought someone got your takeout. One more coming.
Okay. Bye, Tom. Okay.
Following an exhibition match in Dallas for the Tim and Tom Gullikson Foundation,
a little nervous. It's a small
Pete gave Andy Roddick and his coach a lift back to L.A.
It's the fastest corporate jet in the world, and I can go from L.A. to New York in probably 3.5 hours.
All right, dudes, we're going to the cockpit of Pete Sampras' jet. And we're here. Huh?
2 guys on there from Dallas to L.A. That's about 3 hours of, I could charge him an easy 10 grand.
This guy, he gets off the practice course, he's right on the cell phone, calling his chicks.
He thought it was a leak and we're going down.
Terry! That's your player. He's the guy that built your home. He's the guy who bought your car. He's supporting your family. Be nice to him. Yes. Be very nice to him. But don't be too nice.
It's one of the smartest things I've ever done. It's probably added a few years to my tennis, flying privately. Because it's a grind out there, and so it's important to make it comfortable and been able to do well and able to afford it.
You'll enjoy it in your own way, but as you get a little bit older, it's looking back. For me, I wasn't ready. I mean, I think you're ready. Your game's more developed than mine when I was 19.
Just all happened so fast and so easy that the aftermath, I really struggled. Just didn't enjoy it like I do now. Just I was a kid, kid in a kind of an adult world, and I wasn't quite ready for it.
I've always wanted it, but when it really happened, much sooner than I thought, it kind of freaked me out a little bit.
What do you mean?
You hit about 22, 23, and it's like you kind of become more separate from the kind of guys on tour. It's just a kind of a separation that you need to find over the course of your career.
He wants to win so badly, he burns inside. It's just the way he is. He's a competitor.
Unbelievable! What's this? All right, playing cards. Jack and a 6. Low. That's high. That's low.
Say what now? I thought you just had to say if it was lower than this. You would play that high every time.
Or low.
Oh, okay. So an ace can be either a 2 or like the highest card.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
It's just a silly little game. You know, it takes no brains. It's just what kind of gambler you are.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? How much you want to bet? $10?
Yeah. Beauty.
I don't remember what the result was, but...
It's me. Hot. Oh! No. Son of a bitch. Show's over.
Was I really upset? Well, I don't like to lose, I guess, especially to a young guy like that.
Pete Sampras is having a little more trouble this last year and the year before.
We actually had a very good conversation. He basically just said, he goes, this year's been really bad for me. For the first time in my career, I'm gonna have to come back. And that's the way he's looking at it, so, I'd watch out.
Sampras' serve is not quite as daunting on the sandy beaches of Southern California.
Score 14? Yeah. Similar to tennis, it's the same type of movement. Obviously, it's not the same, but I love it. You can get a good workout.
Volleyball is part of Pete's fitness plan, one that helped him overcome an un-Sampras-like slump.
It was such a tough dry spell, and I was, down, and to get through that, I think, meant more to me than anything. 5 years ago when I was dominating and winning slams was like, it almost was too easy. Now it was, for the first time in a long time, it was a struggle.
33 tournaments without a win in 26 months.
He would go into press conferences and he would be a little bit defensive about answering questions.
It's hard to motivate yourself. The desire to get there, having been the #1 player for 6 or 7 years, and it's an unbelievable effort.
The thing that always impressed me about Pete was how incredibly self-assured he was and how he felt he could get out of any situation.
At 15-40 in a big match with him serving, he's thinking he's probably ahead.
So much of it was mental, and just getting back to confidence, kind of remembering who I am, and going out there with some passion, going out there with some energy, and not getting down on myself.
He also got some great advice from another icon of the sporting world, Wayne Gretzky.
His advice was huge. He heard the same things. He was getting older, getting a little slower, and he just stepped up his training. Because your body gets a little older, he doesn't recover quite as well. And once he said that, it kind of hit home that I needed to step up some training, needed to probably practice a little harder.
See how much better he is on his backhand side? Doesn't get caught in his eyebrow on the backhand side, but the forehand.
Okay, that's the first thing I said about eyebrow. You need, listen, one more negative comment about me and my youthful looks. You're out of here.
Huh? Yeah, I did.
It took more than just playing tennis. It took kind of my heart and my mind to see how far I wanted to go. I could have stopped and been happy with it, but I felt like I had one more in me, and the last one was the sweetest one.
In September 2002, at age 31, the Pistol fired 33 aces in the final match of the US Open, winning a title for the first time in more than 2 years. It was his 14th Grand Slam.
Storybook, it really was. I mean, just everything that I had in my mind, a fantasy of how I could possibly win here, was playing Andre. He's always brought out the best in me, and so it was a sweet, sweet win.
It just so happened that we're pregnant.
I don't know when he's expecting, but Jaden will have a good year advantage on their child, so that won't equal out till they're in the 12 and unders or 14s or something.
Pete was in my 6th grade English social studies class. Katie, H-A.
She had the picture out, and I was like, I saw the camera on it, and I was like, that's humiliation right there. So.
He was about 17 when he went to Indian Wells and kind of had a breakthrough where he won 2 matches there. The rest was history.
Sampras, Agassi, Chang, Courier. That's the best generation of tennis players ever. I think the American public has been a little spoiled in the past. They're looking and expecting the next group of guys that are going to do that. And unfortunately, that's not easy to do.
They're always complimentary of my career and what I've done, and it's always nice.
After a dozen years at the top of his game, Pete Sampras is ready for a brand new life.
I'm looking forward to being a dad. We're excited about the news. It definitely is a life-changing experience. My brother has one, so I've talked to him about the experiences and the change, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm
just looking forward to having Pete finish his career in Scottsdale.
Yeah, I want to peak. I want to prepare all my effort into playing Scottsdale because it's such a great tournament.
Best tournament director.
The best tournament.
Gus Sampras is the tournament director for the Scottsdale Open.
I say that's where conception happened.
No.
He's saying Indian Wells. If this baby comes early, that's when the conception happened.
Well, it's when Scottsdale is.
And you have to go back to the senior prime.
I think we're going to relish it and enjoy the time that we're going to have with this little one, and hopefully raise him or her the way I was raised, and hopefully it's a healthy baby. I mean, that's my biggest concern. Well, I've been with Movado since 1990. That's the only company I've been with for my whole career.
Thank you all for waiting. We're very proud to announce that Mr. Sampras is here.
Hi. You're a great champion. Sarah with an H.
Nice shirt, huh?
I remember when I was a young guy waiting in line for Borg, and I see these little kids come up, they're pretty nervous, and they tell me their names.
This is my yearbook from the year that Pete was in my 6th grade English social studies class. Would you please?
Mrs. Hagee kind of came up and shocked me. I was like, I've seen her before, and she taught me a year, and she had the picture out, and I was like, I saw the camera on it, and I was like, that's humiliation right there. So.
You want
20
to see
years.
Pete in the 6th grade?
There you go, good-looking kid, huh? Must have been taken early in the morning because I was at shut-eye or something, but it wasn't my best, time when I was still trying to, have the kind of dorky look. And
He's often called Sweet Pete. It was Sweet Pete then.
I don't know what I look like. It's pretty embarrassing.
If Pete Sampras never wins another tournament, his legacy in the game is secure. But his life's work is far from done.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Movado and Macy's, we're very proud to donate tonight to the Gullikson Foundation. A very nice, tidy sum, and hopefully by the end of the year, we'll make another donation in the future. So, congratulations.
Because of my relationship with Tim, I'll do whatever I can do to help out.
The Tim and Tom Gullikson Foundation benefits brain tumor patients and their families.
Tim had such a great personality. He was always so good with everybody. Everybody loved him, and Pete, that kind of rubbed off on Pete, and he really learned a lot from Timmy, off the court, as well as obviously on the court.
You gotta make it! It's ridiculous. Eye on the ball, over the net, in the court. All right? Ridiculous. That's what I'm gonna deal with, week in, week out.